Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be comparing my two favorite brushes, which at the moment are the Denman Brush and the Tangle Teezer brush. A lot of you guys have been following me for a very long time and you know that I swear by the Denman brush. Now I couldn't find the one that I normally use, so this is like a smaller version, but it does the same exact thing. It just doesn't have as many rows as the one I use, and it's just like a smaller brush in general. But again, it performs exactly the same as the regular Denman brush. So this is something that I've been swearing by. This is like the brush that I use. I put a lot of you guys on it. I tell you guys, if you want like frizz-free curls, this is a brush that you know you can use and your hair will come out beautiful and very defined. You get shrinkage, a lot of shrinkage with this, but I prefer definition over length or all that stuff, so I swore by this bad boy right here. Now, this year I've discovered this bad boy right here, and this is the Tangle Teezer brush. And the Tangle Teezer brush, yeah, it's the Tangle Teezer Ultra Detangling Brush Defining, something like that, something along those lines. But in a nutshell, it's called the Tangle Teezer brush, and I have been using this brush religiously, like from the shower to detangling to styling. Like I've been using it all around and I've been loving it, and I've been featuring it in pretty much every video that I do. So a lot of you guys have been asking me what happened with the Denman brush, why I don't use the Denman brush anymore, and is this my favorite brush and why it's my favorite brush. So I've decided to make a video showing you guys both of the brushes in one video and seeing how my results change or if my hair looks any different between the two. So on this side, I'm going to be using the Tangle Teezer brush, and on this side, I'm not going to say left or right because it's going to translate differently and then it's going to be confusing in the comments. So this side is going to be the Tangle Teezer and then this side is going to be the Denman brush. Now I don't part my hair and I don't style my hair in the middle. I'm going to show you guys what I do and maybe that will help, you know, show my hair in the results. I don't know. This is what my hair looks like right now. My hair currently has no product in it. I'm going to be doing a wash and go routine that I've really been loving lately, and I'm going to do the same exact thing throughout my entire hair. That way it doesn't alter any results, but I'm pretty much just going to be going in with the Frizz Wiz Curl Defining Leave-In Conditioner, and this is from Soultanicals. You guys know I'm obsessed with Soultanicals. Then I'm going to go in with the Coconut Hibiscus Curl Enhancing Smoothie, and then lastly I'm going to top it off with the Camille Natural Curl Maker Gel. So that's what I'm going to be using in my hair today, and I love this little combo. It's very moisturizing and it lasts days. I really appreciate that, especially when I have a busy upcoming week that I really don't want to be doing my hair. This is a wash and go that's hydrating and it's going to give me enough hold. And if you guys have watched the video that I did of the power of the Denman brush, and that video was pretty much just telling you guys why I really love using the Denman brush and what it does to my hair and what to expect from the Denman brush. If you haven't watched that video, I will link it in the description box below. But a lot of you guys were saying that you wish I would have shown you guys the results. So today I'm going to show you guys the results of both sides. That way you can see the wet results and you can see the fully dry results. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is separate my hair. Again, I don't usually wear my hair down the middle, but I'm going to part it down the middle for now, and then towards the end I'll show you guys how I'm going to style the front of my hair. So this side, let's do the Tangle Teezer side first. No preference, you know, no reason why. Alright, so as usual, I'm going to part my hair in the sections that I'm going to be working with. I always start from the bottom and I work my way up. And I'm not going to show the entire thing on camera because it's very repetitive. I do this all the time. So if you want to see like how I really style my hair, just watch an older video. I always apply my products when my hair is soaking wet. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So let me tell you guys off the bat why I've been liking the Tangle Teezer brush more than the Denman brush lately. And, ooh, my hair is really soaked. Hold on. Is because the Denman brush, when I use it in the shower, this part slides off. Do you see how this comes in and off, like up and down? it comes off and it's so annoying to try to get it back inside, and it just slides and it moves around. And sometimes because this is like rubber, my hair gets caught in it sometimes, so it kind of like pulls my hair sometimes, like depending on the product that I'm using. The Tangle Teezer brush doesn't do that. It's all plastic, so my hair really just like glides super easy. Oh, I probably should take these earrings off. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna be yanking off my ear. Okay, so with the Tangle Teezer brush, I don't have any snagging, I don't have any pulling, and I don't have to worry about the brushes like sliding up and down. So that's just something that I've noticed that makes it easier to detangle. So the first product I'm gonna go in with is the Frizz Wiz. I have a pretty decent section, so I'm gonna be a little generous with the products in this section, just because I don't want to miss any strands. I finally got a table, by the way. If you guys saw my other video, I got a table so I can put my products there and not have to worry about it falling apart on me. So that's really good. I'm gonna go in with the Curl Enhancing Smoothie from SheaMoisture. This stuff is amazing, super hydrating. I forgot I had it, and now that I rediscovered it, I'm like using it in almost every routine. I'm gonna put about this much. I like to wet it a little bit just because sometimes it could be a little too heavy in my hair. So I kind of want to water it down just a little bit. Now I was gonna use my Uncle Funky Daughter gel, but I don't know why I ended up leaning towards the Camille Rose Naturals one. I really like them. They're both really good and they're both very similar, so either way. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some of the Curl Maker gel. I took about 3 or 4 pumps of the gel. Very generous with the gel because this is what's going to give me that shine and hold. So I'm just going to rake my fingers through. I'm going to take this section right here. I'm going to pass my brush through it a couple times just to make sure that everything is evenly distributed with product and that there's no tangles. So I'm going to take the Tangle Teezer brush. Same thing what I do with my Denman brush, I'm doing with the Tangle Teezer. Just sliding it down. And then it looks pretty much straight. Depending on what products you use, sometimes they'll spiral up, sometimes they'll stay like this. So what I do to just help encourage that curl pattern is I just shake it up like so that the curls can just start to form. And then this is what it looks like. These are what the curls look like, very uniformed, very defined. And because I started at the root, you see there's a curl pattern at the root. I know a lot of times you guys ask me that question, how do I get curl definition at the root? Pretty simple. I just pass the brush straight from the root all the way to the ends. It helps there to be a uniform curl throughout the entire hair. So again, I'm going to do the same exact thing on this next section. I already have the product in there, so I'm going to take it from the root and flip it and then just slide it downwards. And then I'm just going to shake it to activate and then just scrunch the section all together. And then I'm going to repeat the same exact steps throughout the entire section. See these frizzies right here? You want to make sure you have them. And if they're not going down with the brush, that means you may have to use a little bit more product. You saw how it kind of like smoothed out with the brush, so that means that I did okay with product. So I'm going to go ahead and just slide it downwards. And then just shake to activate. Okay, so far this is what my hair is looking like right now. This is the side with the Tangle Teezer side. You can see there's a lot of curl definition. There's not much clumpage compared to the Denman brush, I think, but this is the Tangle Teezer side. This is what it looks like. So I didn't do this part right here because I usually do the front part of my hair towards my face because I don't like no distinct part. So I'll get to that part when we get there. So now it's time to do the other side, which is going to be with the Denman brush. Let me just section it off. So this side obviously dried up. Let me wet it. So I'm going to go ahead and detangle with the Denman brush, starting from the ends. Now this brush is a little uncomfortable because it's smaller than what I'm used to, but like I mentioned earlier, it still gives me the same results. So automatically from detangling, this one has more snagging and more tugging versus the Tangle Teezer brush. My hair just glide right through, and they both were in about the same stage. It was kind of dry, so I had to dampen it up. So automatically the Denman brush pulls my hair a little bit more than compared to the Tangle Teezer brush, which really didn't snag my hair at all. So That is my first observation. I have like a little tangle down here that does not want to come out. Alright, so now my hair is completely detangled. Took a while versus a Tangle Teezer. Definitely got rid of those tangles right away. Starting using the same exact product on both sides. I'm going to use the Frizz Wiz from Soultanicals, which is amazing, by the way. So if you haven't tried it out, definitely try out this Frizz Wiz because it is so good, so moisturizing, and it smells delicious. So definitely recommend for you guys to try it out. Curl enhancing. Wetting it with some water. Oh, I just wet my whole screen. Whoops. Oh, I think I put too much. Okay, so now is the moment of truth. Same thing I did with the other side. I'm just going to take little small sections like this. Pass my Denman brush through it. Same exact technique. Shake to activate. Ah! Oh no. So the Denman brush automatically, even without me wanting it to, it has more of a clumpage. If you can see, that was a small section. Let's try it again. I can't do too big of a sections with this little brush because it's smaller. Make sure it is detangled. And just run my fingers through it. See, it's kind of like the same like the Tangle Teezer, just goes straight. That's just because of the product that I chose, the Curl Maker. We got about 2 more sections to go. Oh God, why is there so much tugging? Oh. Okay, so same thing with the Denman brush. I'm taking it from the roots and I'm just shaking it up. And as I shake it, I kind of start to separate the curls because I really don't want that much clumpage. When there's too many clump curls, the drying process takes forever. So if you loosen up the curls a little bit, it'll help when it's time to diffuse. So this is the last section from this section right here. Going to detangle it. Remember, take it from the root. Same thing I did with the Tangle Teezer. See? Shake it to activate and start to separate those curls as you shake. And then I'm going to take all of them and scrunch. The reason I scrunch my hair is because I brush to style, and when you brush to style, it kind of loosens up the curl pattern. If you saw, it like gets very, very straight. Even when you shake it to activate, I feel like my true curl pattern still doesn't show out, so I like to scrunch for extra definition. So far this is what it looks like. I would say I'm not sure if there's much of a difference. The only difference I would probably say is that these are a little bit more clumped together. And if you ask me, there's a tiny bit of frizz. A tiny bit of frizz. Not very visible, but compared to the Tangle Teezer where all of the strands were like uniform, this side has a little bit of frizz. Let me know if you guys can see it. I would say in like this area right here, a couple pieces there have frizz. But nothing, no big deal, nothing that's gonna show crazy when I dry it, but that's something that I noticed versus this side, there's like literally barely any frizz. So far that's what I've noticed. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my hair and then show you guys this is what it looks like so far. There's a more uniform curl pattern, I would say, with the Denman brush. There's definitely more clumpage, and I feel like the ringlets are a bit tighter than the Tangle Teezer brush so far. The reason being is because of the shape of the brush. This one is more narrow, so when I scoop it around, my curls get a little bit more tighter, versus this one is wider. When I scoop it around, it goes all the way around the brush, so I feel like that kind of like loosens up the curl pattern. If that makes any sense, it's just kind of like my observation. May or may not be right, but that's kind of like what I'm thinking. But I naturally have ringlets, so they're both giving me ringlets. They're just enhancing it to the max. So let me put my hair to the back. So I usually do my hair. I really don't know. This is going to be kind of complicated because I usually have this part of the section and then I go like this. Let me just show you guys. I go like this because I don't like a distinct part, and then I apply my products. I guess I think I know what I'm gonna do. We'll see. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take half with the Tangle Teezer, half with the Denman. So I'm gonna do it like this. Still brushing it towards my face, but I guess I'll use the different one. So you see what I mean? Because this is like narrower, it gives me like a more tighter curl. See? Maybe it's just me. And there's definitely way more clumpage on this side, even with me trying to like shake it out. Let me scrunch it together. Hopefully we'll be able to see a difference. You guys saw I'm not cheating. I'm doing the same exact technique on both sides, just using a different brush. Okay, so then pretty much this is what I do. I let my hair just fall the way it normally falls. I'm gonna go ahead and scrunch both sections. Okay, so now let's talk real quick before I go into drying my hair. I'm going to diffuse my hair as always. This is what I always do. I wanted to walk you guys through the routine that I normally do, and this is exactly what I do whenever I'm using the Denman or the Tangle Teezer brush, so I kept it true to the way I usually style my hair. Okay, off the bat, something that I did notice is that detangling was definitely challenging to do with the Denman brush. I usually don't detangle with the Denman brush. I usually just style my hair with the Denman brush. So what I was noticing, because I wanted to stay true with the results on this side of my hair, I went in with the leave-in conditioner while it was like after I wet it. I raked my fingers through it, and then I went in with the Denman brush to help get rid of the rest of the tangles. But because the Denman brush gave me a lot of tugging, gave me a lot of like pulling when it came to detangling, I didn't want to, you know, have any unnecessary breakage, so I just detangled my hair. And once the hair was nice and detangled, then I went into styling my hair with the Denman brush. So that's something I wanted to point out to you guys. And with the Tangle Teezer brush, I was able to detangle it with just water and the brush. I didn't have to use a leave-in. As you guys saw, it just glided nicely through. So this is the status of my hair right now. Again, this is the Tangle Teezer side right here. You guys can see there's curl definition. There's a little tiny bit of frizz coming out over here, but that's probably because I was scrunching. But overall, this is what it looks like. And then on this side, this is the Denman brush side. So again, maybe just a tiny bit of frizz, very little bit of frizz, if you guys can see on this area right here, but nothing that's gonna show. So as far as clumpage wise, I noticed that with the Denman brush side, there is more like clump curls towards the bottom. If you guys can see, there's more like uniform ringlets. And then with the Tangle Teezer brush, they're more separated and they're more like open, if that makes sense. So let me go ahead and diffuse. I'll be right back to show you guys my result. Yeah, so Tangle Teezer side, Denman brush side. I think if I'm being like a hard critique, I would say the Denman brush side has more ringlets, right? I would say the ringlets are more consistent throughout the entire hair versus the Tangle Teezer side. I say there's more definition of the ringlets in the bottom, and then towards the crown area maybe they're not so defined. If you guys can see, like, you know, it's not like consistent all the way around. I guess that's like the only observation. So that's for the Tangle Teezer side. And then the Denman brush side, I think there's a little bit more consistency. But this part of my hair is also flipped over because we did it down the middle, and I flipped it over because I don't like to wear my hair in the middle, so I'm not sure. I really don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below. To be honest, I'm preferring the Tangle Teezer brush a little bit more just because I can detangle with it in the shower. I can use it to style my hair with no tugging, none of that stuff. And versus the Denman brush, which I don't really use it in the shower to detangle, and I usually use it just to style my hair while my hair is already fully detangled, just because there's less tugging and no nagging. And I noticed there was a difference with that when styling with the Tangle Teezer brush, which is actually something I never noticed until I got this brush. So those are my final thoughts. I hope that you guys found this video helpful. I hope that answers your questions on what I prefer and why, and if there's an actual difference between the way it styles my hair or like the outcome. And yeah, that concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, my Instagram is @Chelly'sCurls. Make sure you follow me on Instagram so that we can stay connected and be curl friends. Give me some video suggestions as far as what you guys want to see. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.